Hello, my fellas. This is David. Wonderful opportunity to be here with you guys. I've just decided to come here and start this podcasting. It's something totally new for me. Of course, it's been a few years that I've been diving into the format, and it's great to come here in video format right now. Um, it's been a long while that I've really, been intent to do something like that. And well, earlier today, I was just watching this video about manifestation. It's mostly a matter of shifting your identity to that in which it's already working. Because very often you get, too focused on how to do things. And well, specifically myself, I have this tendency of, wasting a long, long time instead of doing something about it, instead of practicing and feeling the feelings that I get at the end of the day with it. I have this tendency of spending kind of a irrelevant amount of time searching for how things works and how am I eventually polish what would end up becoming a ghost. And this is something that I've noticed being so important. Once you're polishing a ghost, you're always going to be a step behind that in which you're really looking for. But think about the things that you're already doing in life. Think about all the things that you're already accomplished. Think about before you got to the point that you're right now. What did it take for you to get it? There's a simple story, one that literally changed my life. One of the paradigms that I was fighting with for a while. Um, I spent this relevant amount of time in my life smoking marijuana, thinking that it was the medicine that helped me to be more lucid, more focused about things. Well, for a while, I really seen it as something important for my daily pipeline to see things, to practice things, to be more active and you know uh, feel like I have a more happy life. But at the other side, it was kind of draining my ability to concentrate and go for things to the end. Just like I always stopped at the middle, in the middle of the way because I got distracted about something, and for a long while I didn't perceive, or I didn't want to acknowledge the fact that marijuana was kind of the thing blocking me from really achieving that which I was looking for. And one day, um, I was actually, you know, stopped at the other side of the street, and I seen this girl, and she was coming back from the gym, and she was like that, um, crossed arms, kind of looking serious, and I have this dream of, actually getting married and having like I'm going to say a stable life, but a stable partner, someone that I can trust, someone that I can fight with, fight life with, not not have fights with, but literally someone who I can go to war with and trust. And that's the kind of person, the kind of partner I've been looking for a while. Since I was a kid, I always dreamed about it. I've been married once. I have a little child, um, but we ended up getting divorced during the pandemic. Things didn't go well. Um, completely different lifestyles, completely different mindsets. Um, One of the things that I've seen that day that I've seen this girl was the image of someone who would compare to that visualization I had in the first place. Someone who would go to war, that I'd go to war with, and I'd be satisfied at the end of the day. Not for the satisfaction of, oh, this person is perfect and she got everything. No, that's not the kind of situation I'm looking for. But someone who's resilient enough to go to war with. And you can actually share your most intimate, you know, secrets and the things that you're afraid to tell even yourself. And then I started realizing that I just didn't have that person with me already because I wasn't really ready for it. Even though all these years, it's been 5 years that I've got divorced since the pandemic. And then since then, I told myself that I would not get into a relationship if I haven't had these things figured out. Things about myself, my self criticism, my doubts, my financial situation, my spiritual life, my mental life, my studies, everything. And yeah, I've been working on it. And for a moment, when I've seen that girl, I thought, well, I've been getting myself ready for it. Might probably be the moment to step in. But the moment that I thought about doing something, I suddenly got freezed. And then I started asking myself, what's going on? I've been getting myself ready for all this time. What is it blocking me right now? And then I realized that I wasn't really ready for it. I wasn't allowing myself to have that person that I was looking for in the first place. I wasn't ready for it. My brain wasn't ready for it. My visualization wasn't ready for it. I was in a different timeline, basically. And then I started realizing that it had a direct relationship with the fact that I was still smoking marijuana. And then I started praying for a smokeless life. Literally, started praying for a smokeless life because I realized that independently who that might be, I don't see it would be 100% fulfilling if I was still smoking marijuana or anything like that. If I was drinking, if or having any sort of addictive behavior. Because the reason why I started smoking in the first place was because I didn't have something that I didn't know exactly what it was in the first place. So I started looking at the situation and then realizing there's a whole world of possibilities, a whole world that I can't really visualize in the first place. Things that I'm capable of doing, but I'm not really accessing because I haven't really triggered anything that makes that axis of reality vivid. And then I started to wonder, wait a minute, there's a list of things that I have to start activating in my life to become the better version of myself. So then, independently of who that is, if it is that girl that I've seen in the other side of the street or not, independently who that is, I have to be confident within myself. It's not about the other person. It is not about, having a certain amount of money in my bank account. It's not about having the right clothes or anything like that. It's not about physical attraction, but it's about visualization. It's about knowing that you are the version of yourself that allows that person or allows that circumstance to come into fruition. It's literally being in a different timeline. Once I realized that, I could then fine tune the current timeline I was in at the moment. And what I can tell you is that day I started feeling so weird about smoking marijuana that the next day I just said, well, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Yesterday I started feeling really bad about it. Once I locked my eyes on that girl, and then, wait a minute, I have to do something. I have to do something tangible. I have to shift my identity, or what I perceive as part of my identity. Literally removing those parts that are not bringing forth fruits in order to shift to the timeline where I'm thriving. Interestingly enough, after long years of smoking marijuana, within one single day, I literally quit. And I feel so amazed about it. What's happening since then? Well, it's really hard to explain because I'm being a more happy person. I feel a higher level of freedom in my life. I'm capable of accomplishing things way quicker, and my concentration has been improving in ways that I couldn't even believe I could. My stamina is completely different, and I'm capable of achieving results, maintaining my focus for long periods. Stuff that, well, in the first place, I used to use marijuana to get into the zone, to get concentrated in things. But as I said, over time, that consistency went downwards, downhill, which looks like climbing rapidly and then falling even faster. And I'm so happy and so grateful that God, universe, whatever you address it, granted me the ability to quit. I'm not just talking about marijuana, but to quit those pieces of things that I thought was part of my identity, but was just noise. Things that I started attracting into my life, thinking that this would solve the problem, but it was just placeholders. They were not permanent. But for a while, I believed so, but they are not permanent. And the same is for you. The same is for you. I'm so grateful for the opportunity of coming here and being the most simplistic way as possible. As I said, the audio quality is much better than the video quality. The video quality is terrible right now, but don't worry. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have like a better camera. But what I have, the tools I have right now are this. I'm in the apartment right now. As you can see, the settings are very simple, but I'm so grateful to be able to come here and do it. As simple as it can be. There are so many mistakes, there are so many things that I'd like to improve, but I can't really assume that I'm going to be polishing it and polishing the ghost before putting it out there. So my goal, my target here is to have it as simple as possible, but with at least a minimum amount of quality. That's why I'm focusing on outsourcing the microphone in this case, so you can have a decent audio quality and listen to it. And over time, things naturally improve. Naturally improve. Once you allow yourself to be in a specific timeline, things will naturally improve. It worked for me. It already worked for me several different ways. And right now, the fact that I'm recording this right now is my will to act upon the things that I want to be. And it's not the matter of pursuing it, but just doing it. Just assuming that I'm in a different timeline already, acting it like it, and feeling like it, and populating my schedule as if I'm in a different timeline already, accepting it mentally, physically, neurologically, spiritually. And everything is already perfectly aligned. That I'm 100% sure. I'm so grateful for the opportunity of having the technology we have today to come here and address these words to you. So thankful that you're here up to this point. This is David, and what I wish to you is that you start feeling, behaving the life that you dream of. And it doesn't take a week, it takes a second, even less than that. Just a click. Thank you.